Hey folks, Jordan with the Young Turks, TYT Politics, back with you for another video here. Obviously it's been a busy day in the news. You have Paul Manafort being indicted for money laundering, tax evasion, along with another aide to Donald Trump. And then you have Tony Podesta stepping down from the Podesta Group, which has implications into the Russia collusion investigation. So go check out the two videos I've done on those two stories. They're both up on youtube.com/tytpolitics. But while all that's going on, I think some really good things that Bernie Sanders has been working on. Obviously, the media never covers Bernie Sanders anyway, unless he'll come on CNN, which gives them ratings. So I wanted to note some positive things Bernie's doing, because as Congress basically can't do anything, even terrible Republican crap they're trying to do, as Trump continues to do executive actions but can't actually get legislation done. Bernie Sanders, who's not the president, I think he should have been, but he's not the president. Bernie Sanders continues to get on the road, go to hurricane-ravaged areas, go speak for progressive candidates. So I want to draw that parallel, because Congress ain't doing anything unless they're trying to help the rich and corporations, and Trump isn't doing anything other than tweeting, really. So Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren are working on a comprehensive plan for Puerto Rico. If you were paying attention, Bernie went down there to Puerto Rico over the weekend to tour the hurricane-ravaged island. He has been, other lawmakers have gone down too, but Bernie was down there, met with the mayor of San Juan, and met with a lot of residents on the ground. So Bernie is actually there on the ground when it matters, which is when all the cameras are gone. Trump went down there for half a day, I believe that. Bernie is down there now, when it's out of the news and pretty much has been forgotten about. And him and Elizabeth Warren are apparently trying to come up with a comprehensive plan to forgive Puerto Rico's debt. So Senator Bernie Sanders is working on a comprehensive plan that includes debt forgiveness for Puerto Rico, an effort that will be informed by his trip to the island. Sanders' plan is being developed in conjunction with other members of the progressive flank of the Senate Democratic Caucus. The plan is still in its early stages, but Democratic aides said that Senator Elizabeth Warren of Massachusetts is one of the lawmakers involved in the informal talks with Sanders, hoping to lay down a marker as to where the party should be on the issue of aid, debt relief, and the governance of the island. Sanders and Warren opposed the 2016 debt deal Congress reached on Puerto Rico, which installed on an overnight board and stripped the island of power over its budget. But it also created a legal bankruptcy structure that has been far less favorable to hedge funds than investors had hoped, giving leaders on the island hope that a major debt write-down could be in the offing. The devastation from Hurricane Maria only strengthens the case for relief, giving Sanders new opening to push the case. So there you have a politician actually taking an opportunity. It's unfortunately a crappy opportunity based on the Hurricane Maria destroying Puerto Rico, but he's seeing now is the time to seize the moment and push for debt forgiveness of Puerto Rico. Now, a lot of Puerto Rico's problems are not the Puerto Rican people's fault. So Bernie Sanders, along with Elizabeth Warren, is trying to come up with a package that could be used for debt forgiveness. So that's a good thing. You also have Bernie Sanders recently went to speak for Mayor Bill de Blasio of New York City. I don't think de Blasio is as progressive as he campaigned as. I think he's done some good things, but I also think he's been in bed with developers and others of that ilk. So I don't have too much that great of things to say about de Blasio. Is he better than the Republican challengers for New York City mayor? Absolutely. But Bernie Sanders went to speak for Bill de Blasio, I believe today, and he backed Bill de Blasio's millionaire's tax. He wants to put a millionaire's tax to fix the subway. So let me read from this. New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio's fight for a millionaire's tax to help repair the country's largest subway system just got a boost as Bernie Sanders, one of the nation's most popular politicians, endorsed the plan on Monday. Not one of the nation's most popular politicians, the most popular politician. Get that right, U.S. News and World Report. Quote, what the mayor is saying and what we should be doing in Washington is we say to the wealthiest people in this country, you know what? You need to start paying your fair share of taxes, Sanders said at a news conference with de Blasio at a Manhattan subway station today. So, an independent senator from Vermont who espouses democratic socialism, wow, they really didn't hide their bias here. So, but de Blasio's plan is to increase the tax rate on individual incomes above $500,000 to 4.41% from 3.876. Not exactly a lot. Not exactly a gigantic tax increase. So Bernie's hopping on board. So he went from Puerto Rico to New York. We've seen him in Mississippi. We've seen him in Indiana. We've seen him in Ohio. Bernie Sanders out on the road pushing for progressive policies, while the Republicans in Congress are trying to push repealing health care so that 26 million people will be tossed off health insurance, while they're trying to push tax cuts for the wealthy, for corporations, and for yacht owners that fund their campaigns, and while they're trying to push environmental catastrophes and basically handing the keys over to chemical companies and big oil. The contrast could not be clearer if Bernie Sanders runs again in 2020. He's keeping Puerto Rico in the news, and he's pushing for debt forgiveness, which should happen, and he's also pushing for a millionaire's tax in New York City, which also should happen. I don't love Bill de Blasio, I don't love Bernie Sanders campaigning for Bill de Blasio, but I do love the idea of a millionaire's tax, because the millionaires are the ones that have gotten all the benefits over the last 20 to 30 years. So I wanted to make you aware of these two stories that are important, that are not going to get any coverage in mainstream media. Obviously the mainstream media is fixated on Russia right now, so that's fine. But definitely we'll keep you updated on all things Bernie, whether it be rallies he does or legislation he's writing and all those things. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.